1, 2, 3.
Are you my little Valentine? Oh, you good boy. Are you an angel? On today's episode of Free Unsolicited Cooking Knowledge, we'll be making tiramisu for two. Oh, thank you. Yes, you're my Valentine too. Okay. Welcome back, my little spoons. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I'm what? The missing ingredient to your kitchen. As you saw, today we are making tiramisu for two, and this is a recipe I have actually been working on and perfecting over the last few years, and I think I've come up with the perfect little recipe, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Even if it's not for Valentine's Day, this is something I make quite often for family dinners as a little special treat, and it's very few ingredients and very easy to make, and I'm excited to share that with you. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. Before we begin, just to let you know, all ingredients and measurements are listed down below in the description box, and the first thing you're actually going to need is your stand mixer or hand whisk or egg beater. If you do use just your hand whisk, it's going to be a lot of work. Yes, I have been there and done that, and yeah, let's just say I'm very thankful I saved up for this KitchenAid because those were pretty archaic times, but you can still do this recipe if you're determined enough. Anyway, moving on. So you have your stand mixer, you have your whisk attachment, obviously you have your bowl, and the first ingredient that you're going to need are 4 egg yolks. Just a quick disclaimer, this recipe does have raw eggs in them. If you are not comfortable with eating raw eggs, this is not the recipe for you, or just do your research of where you get your eggs or what kind of eggs you use. I'm going to trust the Blue Menu President's Choice, not sponsored, free run eggs, and I always get free run eggs, and you will never change my mind on that. Free run eggs and farm raised or farm fresh eggs taste completely different than whatever regular store-bought eggs you have. So I'm going out on a limb on this President's Choice because you are going to sponsor me one day, so I'm giving you some chances. I've done store-bought free run before and we've been fine, but just letting you know, yes, this recipe is raw eggs. I'm gonna take 4 of these eggs, I'm gonna separate the egg yolks from the egg whites, and I'm gonna put them in my bowl. I'm gonna get a separate bowl so we don't waste the egg whites. The boys, AKA Houdini and Ichabod, are gonna have a lovely little extra dinner tonight. Okay, here we go. I guess it's okay if a shell gets in this bowl because you can fish it out. Also, it's going to the dogs. They used to eat quail eggs whole, and then they got really picky. There's a whole thing. Okay, 1. Okay, don't panic. 2, 3. Also, this technique is something like I just learned from my mom of separating the egg whites. Right, 4. Now that you have your 4 egg yolks, your next ingredient will be a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Okay, I have my white sugar. That was a lot. I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup. This is really chunky. Let me just break whatever surface area balls of sugar there are. All right, 1/4 cup going in. And those are literally the only 2 ingredients you need for this first step. Lock this in place. Lock in the KitchenAid mixer, and then we're going to mix this on medium-high until it gets really fluffy and like ribbony in texture. And I found this is like between like 2 and 3 minutes, and I'm just gonna set it and forget it. I forget what appliance that was, but you know those commercials. You know what I'm talking about, right? Anyway, here we go. We're starting off with a stir. Okay, and now I'm just gonna bump it to medium-high, and then we're gonna just let that sit for 2 to 3 minutes. So BRB. Okay, it has been roughly 2 minutes and it's very, very ribbony. Look at that. I'm going to clean my whisk attachment off kind of as best I can because we're going to transfer this to another bowl and then we're going to do the second half of this recipe. Okay, so I have my second bowl. I'm going to transfer this. This texture is just beautiful. I'm going to set this aside, clean this up, and then I will be back to show you what step 2 is. The first ingredient for the second part of this recipe is going to be 3/4 cups of whipping cream. Whipping cream. Here we are, Nielsen, not sponsored yet. Guys, what's it gonna be like when I'm sponsored? I can't say that anymore. It's gonna be great. It's going to be great. Anyway, this is 35% whipping cream, so it's gonna be 3/4. I have my 1/4 cup, so I'm gonna do 3 of these. Beautiful. So 3/4 cups of heavy cream, and the next ingredient is going to be a 1/4 cup of white sugar. Again. All right, 1/4 cup going in. All right, now that you have those 2 ingredients, we're going to lock our little bowl in place, lock our KitchenAid mixer in place. And again, I'm going to mix this on medium-high for like a couple of minutes until it basically becomes a whipped cream. You want kind of stiff peaks on it, but in this, we're just looking for soft, mellow peaks versus like real whipped cream. We'll see where it takes us. Okay, we are combined, and now I'm just gonna go up to medium-high. Yeah, it's a little runny. I might run it for another 30 seconds. This looks much better. Yeah, see, there's a peak, but it kind of like, I don't know, falls down, it doesn't stay. That's the consistency that we are looking for. Okay, so now that that is all whisked up, we're gonna add one more ingredient to this, and that's gonna be mascarpone cheese. Here we are, President's Choice, not sponsored yet. And so mascarpone cheese is like an Italian cheese, similar to cream cheese. It's just like a higher fat, I guess, soft cheese. And it's supposed to be room temperature. Mine's only been sitting out for like, I don't know, 40 minutes. It is not room temperature, it's still kind of cold. And we're going to be doing 1 cup of this mascarpone cheese. See, very, very cream cheese texture like. It needs to be room temperature because you want it to be soft, like soft cream cheese, but this is still pretty soft for what it is. So we have the 1 cup of mascarpone, and I'm just going to throw that in there. So now that we have the mascarpone in there, we're gonna close this up again and lock it, and we're gonna put it on a medium-high speed for 30 seconds, maybe a little longer till it's nice and fluffy and combined. It might be a little longer because it's not room temperature, but we'll see. We'll see, at least it's soft. Again, I'll start on a stir and then we'll go from there. I'm just going to clean up the sides so that like everything gets combined essentially, but it's mixing quite nicely. All right, locking in place. Again, another 30 seconds, I would say. Just beautiful. All right, look at this. It's like this beautiful texture, just super smooth. Now that that is mixed together, you're going to grab your original mix of the egg yolks and sugar, and we're gonna combine the 2. Now we're just gonna slowly fold it. We're not gonna mix it. I didn't wanna like put this back in and agitate it. Look at that, just fluffy. And then we're just going to fold it in. Now that this is folded in, I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to show you what to do next. All right, so the next part, I guess, is like part A of the assembly of the tiramisu. What you're going to need is about 1 cup of fresh brewed espresso that's been put in the fridge for, I don't know, 4 hours, enough for it to cool down. So I did that yesterday. I got my espresso right here. This is actually 2 things of the espresso. It's like the stovetop, old school percolator type espresso machines. That is how we've been doing it in my family for many, many, many years. So I did 2 of those just to have extra. Whatever I don't need, I just put in my iced coffee. You know how it is. Once you have your espresso brewed and it's been cooled off, we're going to take 1 cup of this and we're gonna put it in a separate bowl, because then we're gonna be adding basically a coffee liqueur to that as well. So I got my little bowl here. Oh, so good. And I'm just gonna measure 1 cup. Usually I don't measure, but for this I wanted to make sure that like it was kind of ironed out so that you knew exactly how much to use. And then my choice of coffee liqueur that's going into this recipe is going to be Marsala, which is like an Italian wine, but not really. I don't know. It just goes really well with coffee, in my opinion. Or I did it with like eggnog. I'm basically doing 1 shot for this. By the time it's spread out across the entire recipe, you're not gonna have any effect of the liquor. Just saying. I forget what recipe I used this in not too long ago, or maybe I just talked about it. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I'm going to do 1 ounce, so I'm just gonna fill it to this 1 little shot line just to keep it consistent. Again, this is just for the added flavor. There we go. And then I'm just gonna give that a little mixeroonie, you know, combine all the liquids there. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. And now it's time for tiramisu assembly. So again, it's tiramisu for two, and I'm probably gonna have some leftover ingredients, but that's okay because I'll just make another one. But isn't this the cutest little thing ever? I have never made tiramisu in this, so I'm hoping it works out. And the other main ingredient of tiramisu that you need are lady fingers. Hang on, I'll show you what that is. I was going to make my own lady fingers, but you know what? You know me, I like to cut corners, and this I've used many times. They are little Italian cookies, like little fingers, little lady fingers. Anyway, so I chose these ones, and you basically want to line your little bowl with the lady fingers, not dipped in coffee or anything, so that it has like some structure to, you know, your tiramisu. Again, it's like I've just been in lasagna world the last couple of weeks. You're going to take your beautiful filling and you're going to put that in the base of the bowl, kind of like a glue, like that. And then I'm going to, I'm gonna have to break these in half. Also, these come in gluten-free. I have made this for my friend who is gluten intolerant, and they said it was not that bad. Okay, splitting them in half, it's too far below. Okay, hang on. Maybe if I just take an end off. Okay, all right. And keep the little ends, you're gonna need these for later. Do an entire border. It doesn't have to be perfect, all right? I've never done a heart-shaped bowl. It's always been something that looks good. Everyone calm down. I want it to be, you know, Valentine-y. Okay, maybe we can do like a shorter one. Using my brain. It's an art form. This is kind of what we're working with, okay? So we're gonna trust the process. We're going to do a little more custard in the bottom. This might be an adjust as we go type situation. We have a good base. Now comes the little tricky part, is we are going to soak our little tiramisu cookies. Just a quick dunk, a couple of bubbles come out, and now you have a beautiful coffee soaked cookie, and we're gonna create a layer in there. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, this is what it looks like. Again, trust the process. And then we're going to do another layer of that beautiful, beautiful filling. This is where we're at. This slowly come together. Kind of happy about this. All right, and then we're gonna repeat the process with the cookies on that layer. Such a classic Italian smell assembling this. Like, it's so good. Okay, we're gonna do another layer. Got 3 more cookies there. Decorations are falling apart. Oh my God, it's an omen. Heart shape is like such a difficult thing to do. Well, I tried. This is not turning out the way I thought it would with this border. Okay, this is where we're at. Not bad. Okay, I'm gonna set this aside. It's actually not bad. Like, it's actually pretty cute, but there is one more thing that we need to do. So I'm gonna kind of clean up these little crumbs, and I will be back to show you what to do next. So basically I have my little like strainer. I just have a measuring cup to hold underneath it. What we're going to do is we are going to mix cocoa powder and instant espresso, and we're going to shake it over our beautiful little tiramisu cake. I just got the Hershey's cocoa powder, and then I got Nescafe Gold Espresso, instant espresso. It kind of has like a bitterness, but it also has that like coffee flavor. It just adds a nice little touch to what you are doing. Oh no. I try to be cute with decorations, and then this is like kind of what happens. Okay, dollar store. All right, that's fine. It's fine. I don't even know. Let's do, I'm not even measuring. I'm doing like half of like an actual spoonful of that. And then same thing with the chocolate. And I'm putting it in the strainer in case you were wondering. And then I'm going to just strain this into my little measuring cup so it like kind of mixes and it doesn't have those clumps. All right. I'm going to pour some of this, and I'm going to shake it over my little tiramisu. Actually, maybe I'll start with like a little spoonful. There we go. Oh, just a thick layer, or even if you want to do a light layer, that is completely up to you. I love it. I think it just adds like this beautiful added texture. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. This is what it looks like. It's not my best work. When I do it in a square pan, it looks really uniform and beautiful. So just fair warning that a heart shape is kind of hard to work with. Now that your tiramisu for two is assembled, it has to sit in the fridge between 4 to 24 hours. And as you basically saw, Cody has not been here during the filming of this, and I really wanted to surprise him with this little dessert for Valentine's Day. It's kind of like two birds. It will sit in the fridge overnight, and he will be here tomorrow, and we will do the taste test then. So anyway, I will see you tomorrow for that TTT taste test time. All my decorations. Go. All right, so it is the next day, actually the next morning. Like, this is literally like we just woke up and we're going to taste test some tiramisu. Darwin?
He looks like he's like an exotic cat.
So Darwin, you're not having any of this. Darwin, you gotta go. Can you? I know. Okay. God. Oh, okay. I'm gonna lint roll and I will be back with
TTTT. Tiramisu taste test time.
All right, we'll be back with TTTT. Tiramisu taste test time. Here we are. Just as a little extra surprise for my little spoons and for Cody, remember I did have extra ingredients left over. I didn't want to cut the entire recipe in half because it would have been like 2 eggs and I don't know how that would have worked in the mixer. So I have this one and I have this one.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tiramisu for two, tiramisu for Cody. So this we will bring to family dinner or friend dinner, or you're probably gonna eat it when I'm not looking.
Yeah.
This, on the other hand, is what we are taste testing. So I'm not cutting it like a little cake and serving it. Like, this is literally supposed to be shared with 2 spoons. And since Cody is in my robe, he will not be on camera taste testing this, but you're supposed to eat this like 2 little lovebirds. But Cody's doing his own thing. Look at that texture, just beautiful. Okay. We've learned the heart shape with the exterior cookies, it just doesn't really work. It looks great, but functionally, like, this did not break. Like, it's just a cookie. I'm gonna have to pull it out and eat it later. Okay, anyway, so excited. This is the best breakfast ever. If Italian had a taste, it would be this. That is delicious.
Can't break a little cookie. It's too hard.
I'd have to do this.
Oh, no. That's fun. That's a fun way to eat it.
Would you like to try some?
Yeah.
Okay. That is so good. There you go. Okay, bye.
Delicious. Bye. Oh, yeah.
Breakfast of champions.
Oh, that's so flippin' good.
Say that again.
That is so flippin' good.
You're welcome. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
So I bake sweets for Cody for Valentine's Day and he buys me dead things. That's just the trade-off we have. I'm a huge collector of the macabre and I enjoy collecting, you know, taxidermy, bones, specimens. Oddities and curiosities. And this Valentine's Day, we're going to a curiosities shop so I can pick out my next little something. Yeah, but not a thing to talk about really, I guess, while we're eating tiramisu for two.
I could continue, but I should stop. This shouldn't be breakfast. I've eaten more than I should have already.
Clean plate club. He had to stop because he still hasn't eaten his normal healthy breakfast. You could eat this for breakfast. I'm not gonna judge you. Thank you, my little spoons, for lasting this long in the video. I hope I inspired you to try this recipe. Again, it doesn't have to be for 2 people. You can make it in a full tray or make it just for yourself because honestly, who cares? I'm so happy that I've kind of refined this recipe. It is not overly sweet. It has a beautiful coffee flavor to it. The texture is amazing once it sets in the fridge. I know it has raw eggs, so again, just a reminder that if that bothers you, this may not be the recipe for you. I'm sure there's tiramisu recipes out there that are not really raw egg. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you, my little spoons, and I'm wishing you a very happy Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day isn't just about romantic love. It's about self-love, loving the people closest to you, loving your little fur babies. It is about the all-encompassing love in your life. Actually, this should be tiramisu for one. It's about you. It's about you, baby, okay? Anyway, thank you, my little spoons, and you know what? Tiramisu. See ya.